Good morning. I'm still kind of trying to get it on. I overslept, and I'm trying not to wake up Mr. Barry. So we will be in our usual setup here shortly. I was out late last night. Actually, I wasn't even out late. I was just very busy yesterday. So, because I was so busy, by the time I got home between work and my plans last night, we stayed up pretty late to hang out together. And, yeah, I didn't go to bed until almost 11, which is unusual for me and uncomfortable. I don't like staying up that late. I don't know why I did it. So I appreciate everyone popping in. We will be set up in our usual spot shortly. I had a very emotional connection with today's study. The Lord woke me up at 4, told me that even if I went back to bed, I needed to read. I needed to read today's study, and I needed to read it right that moment. And with some stuff that's going on that I haven't talked about yet, and I won't because I don't have answers for it. I don't know what's going on yet in full detail, so I don't want to talk about it yet. But the study that I had today, it was very emotional for me. Excuse me, and I'm glad that I went through and read it by myself before I share it here with you guys. So give me a few more minutes and I will have my setup fixed, and I will turn on the cam and we will do our study. Coffee. We need coffee. Let's do this. Hey, everybody. It is. It's gonna be a slow morning. Very tired. I just feel depleted. Ooh. I know we're in a spiritual war, and I know the enemy. Oh, I should probably unlock the door for when the bean gets home. I know the enemy is at work because I'm so tired, and I have to consciously fight every single day. I have to fight just to get out of bed. So, that being said, I appreciate everyone that stuck around through the growth of this channel and supported me. No, don't knock. Oh, that's gonna fall. But we'll be plugged in and I'll adjust from there. The support has been unbelievable. You guys have been absolutely amazing. I couldn't ask for a better community. Oh my goodness, I was not. Can you tell? I mean, you can tell that I'm not doing well right now. It's just I need to do a deep clean today, and I need to spend time with the Lord. I'm not putting anything in my coffee because I feel the need to fast today, and just a small one, even if it's just this morning. I'm very grateful that we're going to church tonight. Very excited to dive into the Word more deeply with my brothers and sisters. Okay. Just about there. Should have grabbed my blanket that I was cozying up with. There we go. There. Thank you all so much for your patience. It's like an old episode of Mr. Rogers when he would come in and need to do some things to be able to set up for the show. Thank you, Mash. Oh my goodness, I've been talking this whole time. My brain is just not functioning. So we're going to take a second. Coffee. I was talking that whole time. Oh, Mash, good luck on your exam. I hope you do very well. I know you'll do very well. The Lord is with you. I'm sure you can. Oh, math was not my strong suit either. I just wanted to highlight the verse for my women's group before I go into our study for today. It's just going to be one of those days. Okay. So, let's have a word of prayer before we dive into this study. Lord Jesus, thank you for being here today. Thank you for being with me as I start this stream, as I dive into your word and share it with those who need it. Lord, I pray that you'd plant the seed in softened hearts where it will be nurtured most efficiently. Please let my voice pull back so that your voice may come forward through me. Use me as a speaking piece. And I just pray that the hurt people that come here, Lord, be with them. Touch their hearts. Help me remain a light in this dark, dark world. In Jesus' name, amen. So today's study is in 2 Kings chapter 4. We get opened to our study. Chapter 4, verses 8 through 10, and then 14 through 17. And it begins, one day Elisha went to Shunem, and a well-to-do woman was there who urged him to stay for a meal. So whenever he came by, he stopped there to eat. She said to her husband, I know that this man who often comes our way is a holy man of God. Let's make a small room on the roof and put in a bed and table, a chair, and a lamp for him. Then he can stay there whenever he comes to us. I'm going to read the paragraph in between. For some reason, it skips over verses 11 through 13 in the study, and I don't know why. So, continuing in verse 11, it says, One day, when Elisha came, he went up to his room and lay down there. He said to his servant, Gehazi, I'm sorry if I butcher names, call the Shunammite. So he called her, and she stood before him. Elisha said to him, Tell her, you have gone to all this trouble for us. Now what can be done for you? Can we speak on your behalf to the king or the commander of the army? She replied, I have a home among my own people. What can be done for her? Elisha asked. I'm assuming his servant was translating for him. Gehazi said, She has no son, and her husband is old. Then Elisha said, Call her. So he called her, and she stood in the doorway. About this time next year, Elisha said, You will hold a son in your arms. No, my lord, she objected. Please, man of God, do not mislead your servant. But the woman became pregnant, and the next year, about the same time, she gave birth to a son, just as Elisha had told her. The child grew, and one day he went out to his father, who was
with the reapers. He said to his father, "My head, my head." Oh, that's why it only went to 17. I read too far. But, anyways. I have so much going through my head right now, guys. I'm sorry. The study that is with that in Our Daily Bread talks about divine interruptions. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Up early, Sarah wrote her to-do list for the day. But she was interrupted with a request from a young, struggling family. They desperately needed a gas card from the church to be delivered to them. Sarah was busy, but knew God wanted her to do this. So she agreed to drop it off at the hotel where the church was having them stay for a few weeks. She got the card and checked the address. The drive was farther than she'd anticipated, so she complained to God, "It's going to take too much gas to get this to them." Sarah sensed these words in her spirit. "Haven't I provided for you?" She replied, "Yes, God, you have. Forgive my attitude." When she arrived, she found the couple, gave them the card, and held their baby. Sarah thanked God on her drive home for blessing her with this simple yet joyful opportunity. In Elisha's travels to Shunem in Israel, he found a woman who had a servant's heart toward him. She urged Elisha to stay for a meal, so he often stopped there to eat. She and her husband even built him a room so whenever he came to their town, he'd have a place to stay. God graciously chose to bless them through Elisha's prophecy of a child. Whether serving a prophet of God or a homeless family, when we are open to God's plan and defer to his to-do list, God delights to bless our hearts with joy. And I was talking about this yesterday, about how even when we're suffering, even when it's painful to follow God's plan, like right now, things are rough here on the home front, here at the Berry Patch. Um, God's testing us. God is saying, "Okay, will you still follow me?" Praying for you, Joe. But we're not going to deep dive into that one. I am not a licensed therapist. That's who you need to talk to. Um, but even stuff like that is challenging. Like learning how to respond in a godly way. Because I feel for you, but I also need to protect the chat from people who may be just trying to make inflammatory statements. I don't want you to feel alone. I want you to feel like you can talk about things that are hurting you, but we're not here to deep dive into immoral topics. And this is not, I'll be honest, this is a safe place to be real, but it's not a therapy office, so it's not a safe place because you don't know who else in the chat might take that information and run with it and do cruel, unspeakable things with it. But God wants to bless us. The woman who served Elisha when he was on his missions there in Shunem, she wanted to serve. She had a heart to show love, and God rewarded that. Like she wasn't doing it to get anything out of it. She just knew that was her calling, was to create space for Elisha so that he had somewhere he could rely on to be when he came there to teach. And shouldn't we all strive for that? I just want you to protect yourself, Joe. I don't want you opening yourself to criticism or trolling or hate. So I am praying for you, friend. And I hope you can find the right person to talk to about it so that you can heal. This is why I said the stream was going to be so low key today. I have no energy left. I've spent so much of the last few days crying. I'm hoping it's just nature taking its course on one hand. On the other hand, sometimes I catch myself hoping that Elisha is making a prophecy about me. God can do miraculous things even in impossible situations. He can. I've seen him do it. And it's so funny because when I just unlocked my inner millennial. When I was a child, I broke my ankle just like Mr. Barry is dealing with right now. And I remember being in a full leg cast and hobbling around on crutches and learning how to ask for things without feeling guilty, even though my family definitely made it known that helping me out was a burden. Definitely made it known that I was inconveniencing them. It happened again when I cut my finger off. But in that moment, I remember a time about 2 weeks into the 3 weeks of the first cast, I had a dream. And I had a dream about walking around the store with my mom. And I remember going to my church that next Sunday and telling the story about this dream. And I'm like, I just feel so strongly that God's telling me this bone is healed, that he's going to use it as an opportunity to work a miracle and use it as an opportunity for testimony. Sure enough, so that Sunday when I told this story, pastor called me to the front and the entire congregation gathered around me and prayed over me. And it was the most intense feeling I've ever felt. And it was unlike anything I've ever experienced. And at my next ortho appointment, when they took the cast off and did the x-ray to see where we were at so they could plan the next step, the doctor came in baffled. He's like, I don't know how it happened, but your x-ray shows complete recovery. The bone is completely healed. He's like, and he's talking to my stepmom. If you're comfortable with it, we don't have to put another cast on. If you would like another cast for security reasons, we can. And she asked me, and I said, well, I knew that God had healed me, that it was a miraculous healing. It was supposed to be a 6-week recovery, and it wasn't. Now, the exercises to get range of motion of the limb back that was months and months and months of excruciating pain because I didn't actually go to physical therapy. I did a lot of the exercising at home to try and regain all of that. But the actual bone healing, seeing that happen when it was supposed to, and I know even more that it was a miracle because when my daughter broke her leg a few years ago, it did take about 8 weeks actually for it to heal. She was in 3 different casts. So that was a nerve-wracking time for me because she had just learned how to walk like a few months before she broke it. Like she was getting to that point where she was confident. I know sometimes your feet, what? Don't spill the coffee. You need that today. All I'm saying, oh, feelings get the best of you. Yeah, they can. I've been letting myself cry more this week though. Trying to do it in private because I don't want to make my husband feel bad. Because it's not his fault, you know? It's not like he broke his leg on purpose. But that doesn't take away my right to be overwhelmed by everything. I don't want him to feel guilty about the fact that I need to unload sometimes. And a lot of it comes from the frustration of not being able to take away his pain, of not being able to take on the damage to myself so that I can be restricted and he can be back to what he needs. So but that's not how life works, and this is a trial for him from God. This is something that God is tasking him with to work through. There we go. I need to be able to actually see the chat. Yeah. I'm looking forward to getting back into therapy, though. Exactly. Well, keep praying about it, Lee. And I'll keep praying for you too, bud. I try not to give advice here beyond the scope of live and let God. You know, live your life in the way that best honors Him, and He will work in amazing ways. And if you feel like your relationship is no longer honoring Him, then it's time to have a serious talk with yourself, with God, yourself, and then your partner. Because it's not fair to any of those parties for you to keep going if you're not where you're supposed to be. I am freezing. It is so cold. A wind chill's got us down to it's a wind chill of -12 these days. I need to wash this blanket. This has not been washed in a hot minute. It's just been in storage, but it smells like it's been in storage. Oh. On the upside, even through all of this, I had a really successful recovery meeting on Monday, and we had our first women's monthly meeting last night, and it was beautiful to get to spend time with my sisters. Harry, it is just black coffee. It's just black coffee that is not doing its job. I could probably still go back to bed for another 5 hours. I wouldn't use the word humiliating then, Joe. I would use the word humbling. And there's a lesson there. When we are humbled, it gives us an opportunity to remember that we are human and we're meant to make mistakes. Well, then it's not black. If you put something in it, it's not black. Oh, you know what I could go for right now is just a Starbucks Americano. Those are good and strong. Although I wonder, oh, I've never actually been tested for it, but I wonder if I have ADHD because when I do caffeine, I know I'm neurospicy, but I just have never understood if it's from the PTSD or if it's from an actual, like, different wiring, a neurodivergence that I had since birth that was just aggravated by PTSD. Um, because caffeine puts me to sleep. I can have a monster, like a big 32-ounce monster energy drink at 8 o'clock at night and go to bed 20 minutes later and sleep through the night. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lee. And I'm constantly being told to hold on, back up, bring me in at the beginning of that conversation. Okay, hold on though. See, you're asking questions that are just so generic for the ADHD community. Um, I'm not looking for a diagnosis in a YouTube chat. Absolutely not. If I want a diagnosis, I will bring it back up with my therapist. Um, and we talked about it. I'm like, I don't want to label for meds or treatment or special care or anything like that. I just want to feel validated in thinking outside the box. Um, I don't know. I'm out of school, so I don't need that extra help. And but it's just that my brain works so differently. It's like it's either that or I'm very high functioning, but I don't want to self-diagnose. I don't respect people that self-diagnose. I've known too many people that do that, and there are so many people especially online that do that to the point where it's hurting those that actually need the help because people don't believe them anymore. Well, Joe, with all due respect, I'm going to ask you to refrain. I do not want to be responsible for holding that. You do need therapy. I definitely recommend it. Samurai Sandy, thank you for being here, but this is an English only chat just because I have no way of vetting what you were saying to make sure that it doesn't violate our rules. So, thank you for being here, but we do need to keep the chat English only. I just don't, the chat moves so slowly here. I don't want someone coming in and getting the wrong impression if I leave up something that is crass or rude or insulting just because I don't understand it. And maybe we'll hit that point where I'm just like, whatever. I think the fact that you come into a random live stream and your very first message is a trauma dump says a lot. And I'm not saying that to be cruel. And I'm not saying it because I don't appreciate you feeling comfortable talking to people. But at the same time, that was your first message. And that says a lot about a person. So thankfully, I mean, hopefully, um, Lord willing, this remains a safe place where people could do that. But I'm not a licensed therapist, and I'm carrying a lot of my own stuff. And I have to be honest, I do not have the mental, emotional, and spiritual space to take on other people's things as well. So I hope you find the help you need, but it needs to be with someone who is trained to deal with this stuff. But the fact that you are ready to just spill it, I feel like you are in a place where you really could benefit from therapy because it really takes being able to talk about it and not wanting to hide it That right there is step one to getting help. Well, step one is admitting you need a problem. Step two is being able to accept the help. You know what I mean? Um, and goodness, I cannot wait to get back into therapy. I cannot wait to see my therapist again and talk to her and just, girl, it's been 2 years. You will not believe what I've been through and what I'm ready to talk about. Holy smokes, guys. This group therapy thing that I'm doing on Monday nights, it's not with licensed therapists, but it is with a licensed program for recovery. And I went there to deal with my binge eating, to deal with the disordered relationship I have with nourishment and with my spending habits and where those are stemming from. Like, okay, well, I just need to dissect this and why do I feel this way? And I'm thinking, it's just going to be, well, I just need to get control of my emotions. I just need to get control of how do I respond to my triggers. Um, oh, it goes so much deeper than that. I'm digging up rooted traumas I didn't even know still existed. Things I thought I had dealt with in therapy. And the things that I thought were going to trigger this trauma and trigger these spirals and everything, um, those also were just symptoms of a deeper rooted problem. So once you start digging into therapy and they start asking those hard hitting questions, those open ended questions, you would be amazed at what comes out that you don't even realize is connected to other things. I don't know, Joe. That's something to open up with a therapist about. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here this morning. So, Joe, I will continue to pray for you. Um, I will continue to pray for you in healing. Good morning, Domino. Welcome. Is that what that is? Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm half blind. Yet, no, it's not going away. Green is my favorite color, and I am so sick of people thinking that anything is going to sway my mind. Plus, it wasn't cheap to do this. hmm. Chat has really slowed down since I figured out how to block certain words. I am so grateful. I am so grateful that I can take the vulgarity out. That has been such a blessing. I should probably find out when my little guy's gonna be here. I did not even realize how quickly time was flying by. Oh, I bet that's them. I just heard the outside door for the stairwell. He's gonna crash because the system for the little TV is not plugged in. Oh, another word I'll have to block. We are a godly channel here. Come on in. Every time, the minute I say something. I'm gonna mute for just a minute, guys. Be right back. Hey guys, sorry about that. But I got a bean.
Oh,
I got a bean.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. You're hungry. Okay. I'm almost done here. You need your face washed. Guess what? We got church tonight. I love you.
Oh, it's so stuff.
Hmm?
It's the greatest place in the world, though.
Church is the goodest place in the world?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you feel that way. Excuse me. No, I do not. I love my current husband. I love my God and I love my kids. But I have absolutely no actual feelings for my exes. I have respect because he's the father of 3 of my children. That is the weirdest question I have ever heard, Daniel. That is so oddly, creepily specific. Good boy. Did you get enough sleep last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do have to sleep on my dad's floor every day.
On his floor.
Yeah.
We'll have to get you a mattress over there. Hopefully, after the summer, you won't have to go over there anymore, but we'll see what happens. You need a bath. Did you know that? Yeah. Did you have fun over there at least? Good.
I was playing in Minecraft with Sophia.
Oh, yeah?
And she kept changing the game.
Oh, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm serious. We're going to have a no screens day for you today, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. If you're losing your absolute mind over video games, then you need a detox. You're getting too many screens. I know you have a hard time with the switching from dads to moms and knowing what the boundaries are everywhere. Yeah, he plays Minecraft. Both his dad and his stepdad are gamers, though, so. In fact, I think the shirt you're wearing right now is a Minecraft shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I missed you. I'll be done here in just a little bit and we'll get some breakfast going, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
Make pizza.
No, I cannot make pizza for breakfast.
to buy some pizza?
Not for breakfast.
What can we have for dinner then?
I'm not looking at dinner, I'm looking at breakfast.
Yeah.
Hey, even acronyms for cursing are not allowed. In fact, here, I'll make it easy. We'll add that phrasing. Hang on, Bubby. There. He is not old enough for school yet. So we do preschool level things here at the house so that he can hopefully next year when we start homeschooling Sissy, we'll start looking at a kindergarten level for him. So, but because his birthday's in the middle of the school year, it puts him in a weird placement for the grading system here. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. So he was too young to take top priority in the preschool placement this year. And it ended up working in our favor just because of the way that things worked out with our vehicle situation. We would not have been able to get him to preschool. So we kind of do things preschool-y at home. So that next year we can just jump right into kindergarten. So if they ever do end up enrolled in public school again, he'll be caught up and be able to just place right into the appropriate grade based on his age. Or maybe ahead. I would love to see my children excel and get ahead. I'm not going to push for them to graduate early or anything. I want them to experience life. And that's another reason that we're homeschooling, because that way I can make sure they're doing the curriculum that is age and grade appropriate for them, but I can also give them exposure to traveling and to mission trips that I would otherwise have to make sure they could take time off of school for, or community service, events that happen during the school year. It's easier to get them out in the community and exposed to what actual human experience is if they're homeschooled. We can still have a structured little schoolroom time where they're doing their worksheets and they're learning how to read and write and do their math and sciences and everything. But it doesn't need to be 8 hours a day strapped into a desk, staring at screens, staring at whiteboards. We're talking about getting them involved in a dance class. We're talking about getting them involved in 4-H. They're already really involved in volunteering with our church, so it's like, it is wonderful to be able to say, God has blessed us, and we're going to use those blessings to ensure that these children grow up knowing that we are a blessed family, huh? Yeah. Because God is good. And He takes care of us through everything. You're so squirmy. You Hermie the worm? I have strawberry breakfast bars.
Yeah.
I used to Not so much anymore about past lives. I don't know. I feel like there is some evidence to support it, but at the same time, I also believe that when you die, that's it. You go to judgment. And that came from finding new life in Jesus. Nowhere does it say anything about past lives or souls being sent back to earth or anything like that. At least in my studies thus far. I really would like this year to do cover to cover reading the Bible. I've never done that. There are so many books in the Bible that I've never touched. And I feel like that's important. You know, my Bible is getting to the point where it's getting to be well read, all of my bookmarks and such. Which I really need to. I need to get tabs into my Bible so I can quick open to certain books. I think that might be, I definitely feel like that might be a gift I'm getting from my husband soon. But for now, I have Sunday school pictures, and I have Bible study notes, and I have flashcards and things like that as bookmarks. I have some tissues, I have some receipts, you know, whatever I can use to mark the page. Hi. But it doesn't do me much good if I forget. Oh, excuse me, if I forget what those bookmarks are for. Okay. Oh, I need coconut oil on my lips and some water. I need to rehydrate my body. What? You know, if you didn't squirm so much, you wouldn't fall. You're so squirrely. You're so squirrely. You're so squirrely. Why are you so squirrely? I'm gonna have to tell Daddy about the weirdo that was asking about your sweatshirts. It's just such an odd thing to have. That's sticking with me. That made me really uncomfortable, and I don't know why. Like, it's unreasonable. Ow! 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 Elbow. Thank you. What? You are wearing a Minecraft t-shirt. Elbow. Your elbow, honey. Keeps sticking into me. That's uncomfortable. I love you, you little goofball. I think we're going to have a reading day. I have a book I started yesterday that I am already hooked on. I love the way that it's broken down, though, because it's easy for me to put a bookmark in it and come back to it later.
I want the blankie.
You want the blankie?
Yeah.
You know what I want? That's a nap. I'm already ready for a nap. It's going to be a pretty chill day. No pun intended with all the ice and snow out there. Okay, maybe a little intended. This stream window has flown by. I feel like we didn't accomplish much of anything here, guys. I'm so sorry. Check out the description for the stream. There is a link to the Discord. I'm not qualified for super chats yet. I don't have enough watch hours on my channel just yet. But I lost my train of thought. Shoot.
Mom, that tree branch looks like a deer.
Yeah?
With
There is a Venmo link in the description if you feel led to give. I don't expect anything, but I felt led to leave it there. And the people that feel generous and feel compelled to give will. So take care, sweetheart. You have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless you. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, I don't expect anything, but it's in ask and ye shall receive kind of thing. So if people feel compelled to give, then God will put it on their heart to give. And if not, then no. Hey, Brooke. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. I'm just getting some morning snuggles in. He just got home after a couple days at his dad's, so we got to get some snuggles in. Ooh, I think we'll test out the new yoga mat today. I think that would be really fun.
yeah. I really want to ride that horse again.
Ride the horse. What horse?
Horse that Meyer.
Oh, you want to ride, what's her name? Sandy. The horse's name is Sandy. Absolutely, Brooke. I'm sorry, I thought that said morning bugs. I don't have my glasses on. Morning hugs are absolutely necessary, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so every day.
I'm shuffling. What?
Every day I look outside.
Mm-hmm.
I see deer prints when I'm walking with Grandma.
That's so cool. You know how many deer and elk are over by Grandma's?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. You just walked across the road.
Mm-hmm.
And one deer made a deer print.
Mm-hmm.
All the way up the road.
All the way up the road. I thought you were going to say up the tree. If there are deer prints up the tree, run.
Deers aren't scary.
If they're climbing trees, they're scary.
You can also go on go. My dad also has the game, which is the game where you fight people. Like the zombie game.
Oh, okay. You've got this one little curly piece right here that's sticking out. I feel like I need to take that out.
Yeah.
I'll fix that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll check if a girl's saver is charged.
What?
Okay, go check if a girl's saver
Don't pick your nose.
is still charged.
We'll fix it here in a little bit. I don't need to fix it right this minute as much as I want to. But it's just like you have all this, it's doing great, and then you have this. And it's been bugging me for a few days. like that little devil point. Oh, I'll fix this too. We're gonna fix your hair today. Why? Because it looks goofy. You're goofy.
Sophie said it's bad too.
Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it needs to be fixed. I have green hair because green is my favorite color, and that's what I chose to do to my body. That language is entirely unnecessary. There are so many cosplay opportunities with this hair. And then I don't have to sweat bullets wearing a wig. The Joker, Cosmo, Hulk. I've heard a few others, but those are the top 3. Although, to be fair, the Hulk and She-Hulk had black hair. Their skin was green, if we want to get, if we want to get right down to brass tacks. Squish! Are you my squish? Oh my, I'm very tired. I didn't even have a late night. I'm just worn out. Oh no, man, that's all squeaking. Do you want to go get the baby wipes out of the bathroom and I can fix your face? I'm a little miffed that you came back filthy. Elbows, honey. Your little elbows. Do you need help?
Mm.
Okay.
Well, I got it.
Okay. Go get the baby wipes. Oh, freezing, freezing. It is so cold. Yeah. I slept. It's 8 here. And I slept. I just did not. I've just got a lot on my mind. And it drains all of my energy. So. I'm giving it to God, and I'm desperately trying to actually let go of it. Because at the end of the day, He's going to have control no matter how hard I try to hold on to that. Okay. Come around. Come over here. Oh, watch yourself. I know, Uncle Rob's got all his baggage and everything over here. I want you to actually look at me so I can see what I'm doing. There you go. And then we can actually get your face clean. Much better. Doesn't that feel better?
Yeah.
Can you go throw that away? Thank you.
It's a trash.
Have a good night, Con. Thank you for being here. You know where the trash is, you goober. So I definitely think I'm going to, when I leave the stream, I will probably take a little nap. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm tired. I'm stressed. Excuse me. My goodness, I'm sorry. But we're managing. We're pushing through. I'm revisiting my therapy questions on the regular. I'm revisiting my God-led word of the year on the regular. My word of the year is forgiveness.
That's what I do.
Yes, please. If you can put that back where you found it.
I'm going to put
Make sure you keep the path clear for when Daddy gets up and needs to go to the bathroom, okay? It's a great day because it's a day that God made. Yes, love.
Or did I actually find it?
Just make sure it's not in the walkway. And God bless you, dear. I think I'm just spread very thin right now. And maybe I'm not spread as thin as I think I am. It just feels like it because I'm taking on more than what my responsibility is. But I definitely want to sleep more. I woke up at 4 this morning and I felt compelled to jump into study right away. And in doing so, I was very much led in prayer to something that I needed to pray about. Come on. Oh, climb back up. I prayed about it. I read about it. I journaled about it.
I'm cold down.
Well, then why didn't you bring a blanket with you, you goober?
I forgot.
Hello.
Can I go in
We're
this?
going to be wrapping up here within the next 10 minutes or so. I just got the battery warning from my phone. So. Can you what? Who do you think you are? Do you know how hard it is to get you under the blanket when you're laying on the blanket? Thanks, Brooke. He also has very bony elbows. Come here.
Yeah.
I am not. I have 7 children. Unfortunately, they don't all live under the same roof. 2 of them live with their mother. 3 of them live with my ex-husband, their father. And the other 2 live between here and my ex-husband's house. So So it's a big family, but it's spread thin. Not thin. I don't know why I keep using that phrase. It's spread out. Lord willing, someday they'll all be under the same roof. So. He lives. I guess that's my cue to wrap up this stream and go get coffee brewing, now that I have him comfortable under the blanket. Oh, Bubby. Now that I've got you all cozy. You're still squirming. I love you, little dude. I didn't plug in my phone last night. You as well, Brooke. God bless. Sorry, it's so hard to read. And it's nothing to do with you guys. I'm blind. I need new glasses. Maybe I'll look into contacts as well. Blink. Yoink. I am not one that gives blessings, only God blesses. I recommend you raise your concerns up in prayer because He wants to answer our prayers. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it there. I love you, but remember, God loves you more. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless. Bye bye.